Golwalkar was dated. RSS ever rejected him and said, we disown Golwalkar, you never did it. And when you talk of, Kulkarni Sahab, when you talk of that he united India, you know, what did he think about South Indian Hindus? Let me read again. You know, I had come not to talk of anything, but read his writings, his speeches. Listen, he is talking in 1960, December 17, talking to School of Social Sciences, Gujarat University faculty and teachers. Listen carefully. Uniting India, you know, uniting Indian Hindus in an effort to better the human species through crossbreeding, the Nambudiri Brahmins of North were settled in Kerala and a rule was laid down that the eldest son of a Nambudiri family could marry only the daughter of Vash, Kshatriya or Shudra communities of Kerala. Another still more courageous rule was that the first offspring of a married woman of any class must be fathered by a Nambudiri Brahmin, and then she could beget children by her husband. Today this experiment will be called adultery, but it was not so. It was limited to the first child. So he believed that...
Hold the mic, sir.
South Indian Hindus were of lower race. North Indian Hindus were superior race. The other thing, what did he say about caste? Savarkar, Golwalkar not one time, 100 times said, Hinduism, Hindu nationalism and casteism, Varna system are synonymous. You want to know this? Hundreds and hundreds of places.
Okay, you see, there are quotes of Savarkar. No, Vikram, there are quotes of Savarkar which today, if you use them, will embarrass the BJP. There are quotes, as Sudhindra has said, which can be used also to suggest that there was another side to it. Is that the reason why he endures? That because I can choose whatever part of Golwalkar I want?
Rajdeep, as a historian, for me, cherry picking quotes like this can mean anything to anyone. I think you need to see a context in which a lot of these people wrote what they wrote, and I would like to. Can I? If you allow me, I will tell you the context. So I mean.
Very quickly.
Yeah. So I think what the answer is what Gandhi said. Like only my latest views on any subject should be taken as my views at that time, not my earlier views. All these were political ideologues and thinkers, and their views evolved over time. That way, Gandhi in 1932, when a group of untouchables went to him, as they were called untouchables, he said, I believe in the Varna system. I don't think it is odious. I think the caste system, it's not a sin, and only untouchability is the only sin. Everybody cannot become a viceroy or a prime minister. It has to come hereditary. You can be, Varna is so important, and that was the fight between him and Ambedkar. So today, if I just pick one quote like this, I can tell you that Gandhi is also a casteist. Now, I'm telling you one thing, Rajdeep, that Varna. Can we have some civility? Can we let me finish? You're not letting me finish.
Whoever talks of Golwalkar is uncivilized.
Finish, please.
Okay, you have exactly.
I never interrupted him like this.
No, you've got Vikram. We are running completely out of time.
I can't help that, Rajdeep. You should control.
Okay, Professor Islam. Professor Islam, allow him to finish. No, allow him to finish, and then I'll let.
See, on the one hand, you say Hindutva is an ideology that pits Hindus against Muslims and Christians. Anybody who does that, I mean, common sense logic, I'll ask the audience here. The first thing would be to consolidate all the Hindus. If you actually encourage casteism and divide the Hindus into groups, how are you going to unite them as one block against the purported enemy? So Hindutva in its own, strategic thinking, it cannot be casteist. And, in 1966, when the Vishwa Hindu Parishad was formed, at the insistence of Golwalkar, in this very city of Bombay then, with Swami Chinmayananda, it passed a unanimous resolution which said, Hindavaha Sahodaraha na Hindu Patito Bhavet. All Hindus are born of the same womb, and no Hindu can be a fallen person.
So did Savarkar also distance himself from...
For Hindutva to survive,
I get your point, but the
Hindutva
fact
and
is many of the RSS
are actually incompatible with each other.
Were South Indian Hindus of inferior race?
No. Many of the RSS Sarsanchalaks were upper caste Hindus, and they remained so. Savarkar wanted to reject, in a way, the caste system, which is also true. Swapan Dasgupta, while you smile, I therefore want a final word to the big question that the India Today asked there. Why Golwalkar endures 100 years? Why does he endure 30 seconds?
You can look at Gandhi as either a crank. You can look at Mahatma Gandhi as the apostle of enlightenment. Likewise, you can look at Golwalkar as a complete ogre, or you can look upon him as a Santa Claus. Now, it depends on what politics you'd like to propagate.
Okay.
And I think we would go in for the Santa Claus politics.
I wish we...
Raise a warm applause, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
wish we had much,
Are you giving me 30 seconds or no?
before, I have a job to, but go ahead. Go ahead, 30 seconds. You have to hold the mic for those 30 seconds.
The need of the hour is to unite India as a nation and Indian society across caste lines and religious lines. And the BJP, when the BJP minister says, we don't need Mia's votes for the next 10 years, this is anti-national.
When Udaynidhi Stalin says looks at Sanatan Dharma and compares it to dengue and malaria,
Even that's wrong. Absolutely wrong.
so you're saying reject what a chief minister says,
And also reject what Udaynidhi
Stalin
Stalin has
says.
said.
Okay.
Both are wrong.
The challenge of our times, therefore, is to unite people. Some, like it or not, Golwalkar today is seen as a divisive figure. We've cherry-picked some of you, various quotes of him, which may cast a very different look, depending on who views it. But I appreciate all of you joining us, and I hope that this samvad continues without vivad. That's what we want. We want
Right.
If
samvad.
Golwalkar endures, then we
Okay.
do not need any foreign enemy to destroy this country. They
You know
will
what?
do it.
This is